Thank you very much, Trace Stunner Sorrenthus. Yes, Faze versus Tyloo. I'm very intrigued. Not only is it Vertigo, it's Tyloo with Freeman. Maniac has posted a couple of fantastic questions.
Oh, yes.
It was always a caveat. They're communicating in 2 languages simultaneously. There's translation mid-round. Perhaps not the case now, as already full mid-take from Faze on their T side as we kick this one off.
An interesting map, and I agree with Maniac. It's surprising they let it go through. The first game in the tournament, best of 1 against a team that's always been a bit of an unknown quantity. It's going to be the first kill for Rain, though, focusing towards that lobby position, and they're going to make their way towards the A site. See how it looks at things. It's Attacker who has to defend this time, Alex, and he needs to find multiple kills from the sandbags, though. Bentet lighting them up. He's found all the headshots required. This is a fantastic start. The CTs are running away with it. 3 versus 1 now. Olaf Meister will have absolutely nothing here. There's 36 HP. They know exactly where he is. The bomb has gone down. It was a nice little push towards middle. They got the opening kills, but Bentet from sandbags shuts it all down.
He was so set up for something a bit more aggressive from the B site directly. From the A site directly. He gets away with murder. He can just sit there, tap away at the heads who are all hunting Attacker. The fact that Attacker didn't take the fight immediately gave Bentet that space. 3 frags and now a 1v3 for Olaf Meister.
Yeah, you can see this new iteration, this jump spot now closer to the window itself, so you get a little bit of a better angle if you're on the CT side. Doesn't help Olaf out too much, I'm afraid. Maybe 1 more kill is available to him. That's about as good as it's going to get with the time remaining. The bomb's still down, remember. He has to try and recover that, and it's not going to happen. It was looking so good for Faze there, but they lose the pistol. Bentet, I want to see that replay. I want to see how crisp that was. He's a fantastic player with the pistols, and he gets set up there because they're focused so much on the players on the bomb side there. You kind of overlook that sandbag position. You don't see it played too often, but it makes sense in the pistol. They're unlikely to have the Molotov right on the T side, so getting in that spot, USP, you've got a serious chance of finding headshots more than he bargained for, though, I would say. Bentet, 3-0, no force spy from Faze here without the bomb plant. They'll take the full eco now and bring out the AKs in the third, and we'll see which way they're inclined. Which bomb site will they focus towards? They're actually going to be in towards the underpass now. Just kind of making their way towards B. Flashes over. You can see them actually getting ready those B steps, but Freeman's got such a perfect weapon for this. Lovely crossfire. You can call players crossing over towards the catwalk. That's Attacker's role right now. He'll try and do as much damage as he can, of course, but once they make their way through, the MP9's there to gun them down. So just trying to soften them up. Attacker doesn't have to fully commit to this.
2 orgs into the second round. On a map like this, especially when there's no force from your opponents, you can just sit back, relax, and take those easy long-range fights. Olaf Meister gets himself up, hoping for some aggression from middle, and well, there was aggression, and it has been rewarded. Bentet could catch Olaf, he does. He was distracted, but the Glock did find somebody, and 2 frags out of relatively nothing.
Yeah, that's actually okay. They're going to buy up this round, and they've made things expensive for Tyloo. First gun round essentially coming in next. We'll see what Faze have got to bring to the table. Now, the reason we're worried that the fact that they've chose Vertigo, I'm not suggesting they haven't played or practiced or anything like that. It's just, it's such an unknown map at the pro level right now, and Faze has such heavy favorites going into this one. Why risk it? Why take that chance? You do not need to float this. I appreciate you want to try it out, but in a tournament like this, I feel like this is not the right environment to give it a go. They're going for a boost there. By the looks of things, didn't work out the Tyloo side. Lots of nades being exchanged. The open wooden slots there now allow you to actually get a bit more vision on the CT side, and that's worked out for now. They've actually pushed Faze back somewhat. They will be there towards scaffolding, and it's a little bit more tentative now from the CTs, but there's the boost. Lovely play from Rain, but answered back quickly. 4 versus 4, and they're going to commit towards that A side of the map.
Smoke lands at the perfect moment as they start to show face towards sandbags, towards ramp, gain that control, and they've done so relatively painlessly so far. Nico, he's going to be the first across. He has the weapon for it, SG in hand. Relatively upfront assault on all accounts. They've just left 1 member. It's going to be Attacker playing the B side. The rest heavily rotating towards this A site, ready to receive. 58 seconds, and Guardian, he's getting a whole lot of ground covered. Nico takes the head off somebody. Patience prevails, and now the smokes come in. Now the bomb comes in, and now it's time to see what Tyloo could do to destabilize.
There it is. Sum up will actually deny the plant, at least for now, but the man advantage lies strongly with Faze. 40 seconds remaining. Guardian patrolling towards the CT side, and what a job he's doing. He's going to find Freeman rotating in towards his side. That should be it for the round. 3-on-1 now. Summer locked out of the situation via smoke, and it looks like he'll be taken down as well. It's Faze with their first round on the board. After losing the pistol, things got a little bit problematic. They were 2-0 down, but those 2 kills they found, you kind of pointed out the round before, the 2 Glock kills, kills, it has a massive knock-on effect now. You can see the money really affected on the Tyloo side. They had to buy what they can. It's a technical timeout just to note on the Faze side while we have a chance to talk here. What a lovely shot that was from Nico. Guardian pushing up towards the CT side and gets 2 great, strong kills there. And there will be a buy. So Bentet's got the M4. Attacker, MP9 so far. Freeman at $4,300. He can purchase up with either a rifle of his own and armor, or he can go for a UMP and drop another SMG for a teammate and allow them to have a bit more firepower and impact on the map themselves. We'll see which way they want to go with it. Plenty of opportunities on a map like Vertigo for aggressive little assaults on the CT side. You can drop down towards the vent shaft, for example. You can push off towards B with flashbangs. You can definitely probe towards A and try and get the first pick and fall back. I don't know what they'll do. This is such an untested map at this level.
Right.
We've only seen it on LAN a few times so far. It's actually the first time officially I've casted this. So I'm very excited to see how it goes down.
Oh, wow, okay. I mean, I know, I just want to let everyone at home know, Henry has been grinding Vertigo matchmaking games. I don't think I've seen him not play Vertigo. It's only been Vertigo.
I'm a grinder this match, so it doesn't worry me at all. I'm so ready to cast this and see what the pros are bringing to the table. It's not going to be a problem. And here we go then. So there is going to be the AUG for Freeman, the M4 for Bentet, MP9 as well, and a 3-man stack towards the B side of the map. And bomb down and T-spawn for now. Olofmeister looking for any sort of potential flanks. There's Guardian. They've got the smoke down in the mouth for the B bomb site.
There is a gap. Is there something?
Might be a slight little gap there. You're
just
right.
Enough.
Just something.
A silent walk elsewhere, though. Guardian, he's made his presence known towards B, but he is not accompanied by much more of the Faze unit. They start to gather. Molly to clear sandbags. A position, almost a compulsory Molotov on Vertigo. Now, somebody, he doesn't have the real weapons to handle this. And look at the ground Guardian's covering here. If he gets a frag, if he makes some noise, he's going to get a whole lot of info. 1, 2, 3. He can make the call, start to push on A. The numbers are weak. Group up, start trading. Taka did find a huge frag with the MP9, but Bentet's there for the rotate. And here we go. Neo's punching in the digits and still no combat. They're next to each other. A smoke separates them. Now is the chance to strike, and it's a good frag again from somebody. But here comes the rain of frags. Pun absolutely not intended. 3 from the Norwegian. Just Attacker remains. He's already found 2. This would have to be a 1v2 clutch. That gap causes problems. It could have been traded, but Neo, nice work from him.
Strong round there. Faze will pick it up. It's going to be 2-2. And remember, this map is one of the few that's maybe considered T-sided in today's game. And I guess it replaced Cash, so it makes sense that that's the case here. And I wouldn't say that's locked in right now. It's so early. It's just from what we can tell so far, it seems to be slightly more T-sided overall. But we'll get into a full eco now for all Tyloo. So not much to report here. Just one Deagle and some USPs. You can see that Faze are lining up their smokes, sending them over towards the A side of the map. That's pretty cool.
And just going to be charging in. No worries here. As you can see, the CT's just...
Oh, hay fever got me there. Sorry. I didn't take my meds today. I should have done. I thought in France I'd be safe.
He sees the shadow. A tiny gap. He can see the shadow of Nico and his little silenced bullets to bring him down to 39. I'm sounding patronizing for his USP, but that's just the case. The fact of the matter is, this round is as good as Faze's. They would have to really... what's a PC way of saying poop the bed?
Drop the ball?
Drop the ball, thank you. They really would have to drop the ball to lose this one. And well, Bentet does do some damage. Neo beheaded with a nice little boost. That site control garnered, and the CTs are in the right place. Attacker's got a connection with the Deagle.
Oh dear. This could get problematic. This kill might decide the round. If somebody takes down Rain...
He has the bomb as well.
Yeah, he needs to be very careful. He can't overcommit to this. Luckily, it's just a USP on the other side. So I feel like Faze will stabilize in a few seconds, but still, this is costing them a lot more than they bargained for. 40 seconds, but I like this. They're being very disciplined. They're not overcommitting. Rain, sensible choice. Yes, definitely fall back. Join the teammates. Do not go for that tight choke point. Olofmeister might be a little bit more inclined to do so, though. It's going to cost him his life. He did somehow survive, though. They can still lose this. 2 versus 1. The Deagle, sure. He's only got 21 HP, but 1 bullet lands. He might be able to find a frag, and Faze will get through it by the skin of their teeth, Alex. That was not pretty. It was not comfortable, but they win the round.
Wow, Tyloo, they did a lot with a little. Attacker, the only real investment. Desert Eagle, USPs, just tagging them up, peppering them for later on in the round. And I mean, you get to see Bentet. So you can catch a glimpse. You see Neo's shadow Oh, damn, I thought I could show you. But anyway, Attacker, this was their first frag he got with the Deagle. Here's number 2 as well. Finished off. Somebody did a great job just getting the dink with the USP. Hitting that second one is always like such a nightmare scenario. Ooh. And we're off. Flying start. Nico did get dinked by somebody, but they do have the man advantage.
Yeah, the drop down there. You can see Tyloo got the set smoke. So when that first kill comes in, the smoke goes down. It blooms just as the retreat comes through. If he gets that kill and falls back, it's a beautiful play. If they lose the frag, doesn't look as great. Nico gets the hell out of there. He's got towards forklift, no problem at all. And now early advantage for Faze, and what an advantage it is. You can see Tyloo, no kits. They had 2 FAMASs into this round, and now 2 smokes, 1 incendiary. It's difficult to even find a point of access for them in round number 6 here. What's the play going to be? It's Guardian. It seems to be really focused towards the B side of the map almost every single round. We'll see whether that continues. But for now, we're just trying to sniff out any potential CTs there. What kind of setup have they got? He's obviously cognizant of the fact that window towards middle can be a massive issue. 50 seconds remaining, and at this point, just trying to bleed out any potential utility the CTs have.
So their setup at the moment is quite passive. We've talked about it, you know, a lot of CTs like to take that fight towards ramp. At the moment, Attacker, he's far back, keeps the info on A from the B ramp, and then you've got Summer responsible for middle, Freeman and Bentet playing real deep into connector on A. Olof catches a glimpse of Freeman, and Attacker first test passed on B. There's a second one there, Olof. He's going to be shut down on his mid-aggress as well, and now problems starting to come out of the woodwork. It looked like a good one for Faze. Now it's equal. 3 versus 3 into the B site. Nico, my goodness, a quick find onto Attacker. Now he's just going to start getting the bomb down. Summer, he could contest. He'd have to expose himself. Instead, lets it go, catches Nico. All onto Rain. Nice quick first frag. 2 more to find. Bentet and Summer, they're coming in, and Bentet poised. So quick. SG from Nico, Org from Bentet. They're powerful weapons in the right hands.
Yeah, these guys, in terms of mechanical skill, they're right up there with the best of them. Whew. They can be very, very quick with the rifles, absolutely. Remember, that was like Freeman out-dueling Olofmeister with FAMAS versus AK in a clean one-on-one. He looked very comfortable there, so that was cool to see. They tied things up at 3-3. The match will be paused, and it looks like technical again. I'm just going to jump in chat and see what's going on. So we've got a tech pause, blah, blah, blah. Tech.
Two techs, yeah.
Just tech pauses, that's it. It's normally Faze that have issues with their audio, to be honest. It always seems like Neo has a slight issue with the audio, which is absolutely understandable. This is the best of one. If not everything's perfect, he's the in-game leader. Maybe the comms aren't working especially well. He wants to make sure everyone can hear him at all times. It's normally a very quick fix. So sure. I'm sure that's all it is. With the headphones off, I think that's all it's going to be.
I mean, it's so important to feel comfortable on that stage. There's enough discomfort from the game and the stresses of that. If you're even worrying for a second about something that's not right, that should be. I mean, I get it. Get those timeouts done. Call everything. Be a diva.
Yeah. Wow.
250,000 for first place at this tournament. I'm calling a tech timeout.
It's a big one, absolutely. And Faze into this tournament, they've had enough time with Neo now to say they're in contention for the trophy. They absolutely are. They've had a couple more months now, and I'm interested to see what they can bring to the table. I just don't like this map pick to kick off the tournament. I feel like, yeah, they can definitely win it. Don't get me wrong. But if you ever were going to set up a window of opportunity for Tyloo to jump through, putting them on Vertigo when they've just brought a new player in, considering it's such an unknown quantity in terms of the map pool,
it's interesting.
It scares me.
It's as vague and sweeping as it is, I do think it's interesting. Perhaps we'll get an interview should they win as to the thought process there. Perhaps we'll grab Yanko, get the inside scoop from him, of course,
absolutely.
The coach of Faze Clan.
That would be cool. Well, Neo's just got the P250 here, just to note that. His teammates, though, however, 4 rifles, one of which will be the Krieg. That's in the hands of Nico, a player who was really against the AUG meta. He really was outspoken about that. I think he even said it was a noob gun, right? Didn't like it at all. Now, maybe embracing the fact that after Fury have shown us what's capable of the Krieg, maybe it suits his playstyle. He's kind of getting on board with it. Who knows?
Rain's definitely found a lovely little headshot angle there and just leaping over his teammate's head for safety. Rinse and repeat. Molotov sandbags posture. Guardian, Lurk B. That has been the default setup so far.
It has been, you're right. So just that one player towards B, just making sure they can't push for information, essentially. Because if you do push over that B ledge and see no one's there, that's massive.
Right. Well, here comes the brunt of the assault. Bentet, he's looking for info, just trying to jump over the smoke, catch a glimpse of one. And Neo, he's made the P250 work. Finishes what Rain started, Nico's SG. We talked about it earlier. Now finds Attacker, and look how quickly you can get off that bomb site.
Yeah, that's
no longer that choke.
Yeah, so you can actually drop off now towards the A round. The bomb's down. You've got a massive advantage. It's a difficult retake here. They have got a kit, but they have to smoke the bomb and find a couple of quick kills here to stand a chance. Incendiary's decent. That will flush one of them out, but will he find the kill? Absolutely not. The range of the Krieg comes out on top. Summer will be dropped on Olofmeister. Oh, he can smell blood in the water. He wants to go for a little bit more here. It was actually the Incendiary that dropped him out of his position, but it doesn't slow him down whatsoever. Might have another kill here. Not quite.
Double.
That's not going to enable them to go for the round, but it makes things expensive, at least for Faze.
Beautiful work from Freeman. Yeah, I mean, his responsibility has been middle. We've actually got to see almost all of his frags. It was one on course on fighting Olof and another one with Olof hunting him. So a bit of a rivalry starting to brew, but nothing so much seen from Freeman yet, but yet to be tested. He's not the first on the scene on that site. So, of course, when A is taken, he does seem to be caught in limbo. Retaking A, I mean... What are the kind of the win conditions for a successful A retake? Because it does feel like a bit of a brick wall when smokes and mollies are involved.
This is the whole discussion about Vertigo when it first came out, and that's why the changes have been made to the A side to make it a little bit more forgiving for the CTs on that retake. The window especially allows you to actually have vision towards the A ramp. So when they do fall back, they're going to have to expend a smoke, for example, to block that vision. So that's one bit of utility they won't have, maybe two in a post plant. And the bomb plant spot now is a lot shallower than it used to be. You can't plant right by the ramp, for example. So CTs do have a bit more of a fighting chance, but it still does seem to be the favored bomb site regardless. And
I mean, you add on to that, we haven't seen it too relevant this game, but of course there's always the threat of the flank. The fact that the elevator shaft exists, you can go from mid to being, retaking A in a matter of seconds. It has to be held. It's a responsibility you have to have. And so when there is destabilizing plays by the CTs on the upper site, that flank is a very, very prominent threat.
You will know this more than anyone, Alex. You've played with Chad and I. When you're on the T side, there's always that one player that has to hold the forklift for the drop down. It's not the most glamorous position, but there's definitely frags there to be had. But yeah, you normally want to have someone holding forklift just to kind of negate that threat. So we see a lot of these boosts these days. This is a two-man boost just to look over. You can jump up and have a look towards the scaffolding position. They're not going to be aware of it. This suggests like that sort of play like you should at least be aware of, right? You should be there checking that, and it just shows you the infancy of the map and not everyone aware of all the possibilities. But it's a nice boost from Tyloo to open things up. It's still a 4 versus 4. You can see the CZs doing what they can here. Back and forth they go, and Faze still focusing towards the A side of the map, but the bomb not committed yet. It's just Nico with his Krieg trying to find an opening.
Bit of a standoff at the moment. The Molotov might flush them out. It's a bit deep, and Freeman steps right into the line of fire. He's gone Bentet. A defensive smoke. He wants to try and just waylay as the rotate comes in. You can see Attacker, he's starting to sprint. He's only got a CZ and Guardian, actually. He's pushed up on B. He's going to have all the info. There's only 2 now. The pincer's coming in. Summer, he's only got a CZ. Catches all up. He has to convert. He doesn't. And now all onto Attacker. Would have been a whole lot more comfortable had that been converted, a 1v2.
Yeah, they're going to go towards B now. Guardian, again, focusing that B site. He's pushed all the way through to the most difficult choke points to even handle. Like, yeah, Attacker is aware there's a chance someone could be in this sort of spot, but how do you know Guardian's going to be way behind that girder? Done. He could even knife him here. Oh, it's not the best knife.
Oh, I'm scared.
It's okay. It's okay. So for anyone who's not aware, if you don't stab them in the back directly, it's not the insta-kill. You get them in the side, it does 60 damage. So you need to be very careful of that. But it's worth it. Guardian is the AWPer. He might not be AWPing too much on the T set of Vertigo, but you want to keep his money strong regardless, just to give him that option.
15 hundo. I mean, that's nothing not to be sniffed at.
Absolutely true. 5-3 though. Faze looking absolutely fine here. Here's the knife replay. Not sure we need to see this one go down, but it's good to just remind people it happened.
You don't have to be passive-aggressive about the replay, Henry. That's a good replay. I like that one.
Okay, well, fair enough.
All right? Respect the replay.
I take it back.
Thank you. Oh, Guardian's about to be tested for the first time, and no goodness, that's a big string from the Faze bow, those multi-string bows they use.
Exactly.
Big string gone. Big string.
Well, finally, that's the default at least shut down. They've worked out. There's only one player on this side of the map. We can at least trade him out. Good grenade, though. Summer just swallows that one. As it'll go down to a 5-on-4, sure, but 2 players less than half health. That's going to be Summer and Attacker. Nico has been so good at just finding the odd kill with this Krieg and solo little plays like this. We'll see if it works out again. Thank you for backing me up, Nico. That's exactly what I meant. He finds another, takes Attacker down. They don't have to react off this. They're going to boost towards mid and want to see where the next kill resides. That's beautiful from Rain.
This round, though, both of them just crosshairs on heads. This is a nice push from somebody. He's caught Rain. The rest of his team on B, sure, but that's a weapon, that's time, and that's 3v3. The bomb's still in a little bit of a tight spot, Freeman. Kind of worried about his flank as well, and rightfully so. Nico has pushed up middle. Summer has an opportunity to catch him here. You've got to win this duel. You have to, but it's Nico, and Nico's so precise. 2 headshots, 2 kills, and just 2 remain for Tyloo. Somebody's making it work, though. Catches Neo on the flank.
Still, he can't do much with that, Alex. Yeah, he's got that kill, but how does he get up the B steps? He knows they're watching that like a hawk. Does he rotate all the way around? His teammate needs to start taking some of the aggro for him. They'll go for the plant. That should be the cue to make his way up, and it's perfect so far. Oh, really well done. Good communication there. That's exactly what I meant. He knew he was compromised. He can't just push around B steps after getting that 1 kill. He needed his teammate to at least take the attention away towards the server side of that bomb site. Exactly what happens. They think it's safe to go for the plant, and it's the comms here. We're really off the scale. Real good play. And that's what Maniac kind of posed the question going into this one. What the comms going to be like now for Tyloo, like presumably all on the same page in terms of the language they're speaking. That was a really, really well done play to win them a huge round as well. And they're called for a timeout here. I'm not sure it went through, but either way, it's going to be 3 AKs, or 3 rifles, I should say, 1 Krieg. Nico really focusing on that scoped weapon, and 2 Deagles here. A big round for Tyloo. They can bring this to 5-5. They'll force Faze down to an eco, so this is absolutely everything, really. Their money's quite low as well. We've seen the smoke thrown a few times. Now, if one Olaf throws it, if we could follow the smoke, that'd be great, just to see where this does head.
So it's going into the... it's the gap. Okay,
Nice.
covers, plugs
Okay.
the gap, and it can throw it from spawn.
Wonderful.
It's a lesson learned. I'm stealing that
because otherwise you'd have to walk up with the smoke in your hand, potentially a rifle there. It just means no one has to face check it, right? It's just down, it's nice, it's done, and Olaf can watch for flanks, holding towards T-spawn for anyone pushing on any other side of the map, right?
Let's see how this one continues to play out. Some sacrifices made in terms of CT money. You can see UMPs, limited smokes. There's none left, just Molotovs now. With 50 seconds to go, the wallbangs are coming in. Neo's going to be the first to grass. It's a Deagle versus Bentet, and Rain quick to slice with his. Looking for the second, looking for the M4. It's a very awkward state of affairs, but just on the edge of the smoke, he's punished. Bentet does go back, just 28 points of health. Olaf does catch Freeman through the wall. This is looking all Faze right now. Summer looking to cause a problem, but Nico still staring. And now just 1 man remains. Attacker, he's on the rotate. They know he's the B player as well, and so this round should be said and done. We should have Faze on 6. But an interesting turn of events all the same. I do feel like middle has been very underloved, underappreciated. Underutilized. I mean, we haven't seen much from mid.
It's something I've been saying about this map for a long time. It just seems like an area of the map that's not even worth contesting on the T side. The most you can do is 1 Molotov towards sandbags, but then you've got so many different angles. There's so much utility to expend to even get control of an area that doesn't lead you to a position on the map that's that beneficial, right? Yep. You get full mid control, then you've got to go through either CT door, you've either got to boost up over window, then you've got to go through the lobby, which you've got 2 choke points either side. It's just not that much of a viable part of the map for me. But I'd like to see if you prove him wrong.
Now that's interesting.
Had 1 kill with the Krieg, already has 12. Yeah, that's exactly the point I was making, right?
Yeah.
He has been very vocal of the fact he doesn't like the way the game is heading towards these scoped rifles, but I guess if you can't beat him, join him. That would be the philosophy, I suppose, at the end of this.
I mean, yeah, very vocal about it for sure. However, when you see the type of player that succeeds with it, Nico falls into that category perfectly. 100% first bullet accuracy. The AK doesn't even have 100% first bullet accuracy. It is primo. If you can be precise, that's the weapon for you.
I 100% agree. I couldn't really work out. When you're seeing so many lesser players compared to Nico look amazing with the Orc, for example, and it likes boosting their play, you're just like, why would Nico take these advantages? Why would he not do that? It doesn't make sense. But now maybe he's on board with it, but they have lost the first kill here. That's Rain going down. It's a full eco. I was about to say they should be able to recover, no problem, but Nico's down to 24.
The damage. Olaf's low.
Yeah.
Rain got full-on USP through smoke.
This could be problematic. I'm not too worried just yet, but we do know how technically gifted Tyloo can be. They don't have a flash to back up somebody. They'll need a quick headshot. They're not going to happen. It looks like crisis averted here. And that's the forklift position. That's the machine spot. You have to sit there every round and not move. That's pretty much it.
I hated it so much. I was playing with Chad and Henry, and they would not get over it. Alex, you got to hold the back, man.
You just got to sit on the forklift. This is not fun. It's easy.
And then 50 seconds pass, I die, and they go, what happened there, Alex? I got bored.
I got off for a second, guys.
Nothing was happening. I wanted to be involved. I wanted to be a part of the gang.
Then you get a scolding.
So, I mean, look, you're putting me in the same spot as Olaf Meister. I'll take that as a compliment.
Exactly.
Thanks, man.
Honestly, I've spoken to a lot of pros about that spot. That is like, it's the most guaranteed kill you can get in CS. Yeah. Why you wouldn't hold it, I don't know. And I was like, yeah, that's what I've been trying to tell people. I've been trying to tell them.
But some people don't listen.
Well, this is another full gun round. You can see the orb, just a note, not really being used on either side. Like, I'd expect to see it more from Guardian on the CT side, maybe, but right now it doesn't seem to be utilized at all. There's, excuse me, aggressive push from the CT.
Yeah, that smoke, he's using it so effectively. They molly, then smoke. A gap, though, for Rain to exploit, and Bentet does manage to find the head of Rain before Neo's there to trade. So now 3v3. Bomb's going to be scooped up, and we're going to have ourselves a mid-round. And this could be a spicy one. We talked about middle. Well, it's where Olaf set in his sights. It's where Summer has been given the responsibility of holding. Now, take a look at how he approaches this fight. You have to jump for the info, but it's so exposed you never can. And so patience and perhaps a little swing close to the box.
So here we go then. Olaf Meister with the smoke towards the lobby position. This is going to take vision away. See, it's a very effective smoke. Nice way to throw it for those watching at home.
Ooh.
Olaf Meister was about to open that door. Did actually open it, didn't commit to it. Guardian opens up that B side, no problem. And Summer, the last line of the defense, not all the timings. Works out for Olaf Meister. Another round for Faze here, no problem at all. Olaf's got him. Should be a clean kill, and is it ever? Really nice headshot.
Did Olaf actually open the door?
He did.
Because that might have been the most meta game thing. He opened the door, attacker turns to look at the door, his teammate peeks him.
Right.
That's so swaggy.
That is really cool.
Attacker had his bum proper exposed, pants around his ankles, and Guardian just walked into the site.
Perfect.
That is naughty. 8-4 though, the score on this T side. So this is the frag on attack. Let's see if he turned. Okay, I lied. It's through the smoke. Guardian just completely obliterated him. But, you know, I like the theory. I came up with an idea. I'm just going to pretend it was reality.
There's going to be a lot of ideas thrown around here.
Oh, for sure.
There's going to be so many different things. We haven't seen anyone go for a nice little elevator shaft dive yet. Those can be very exciting if you time those well. But for now, another Eco and CZs we brought out. So
this is the average default. It's the first three. It's Olaf throwing the smoke from spawn.
Yep.
Guardian sticks at B. Olaf joins the rest.
That's good. It's good to actually spot out these defaults. Because we could talk all day about the defaults on Dust 2 Inferno.
Of course,
we all know how that works out. It's interesting to see how top teams will approach Vertigo. And I'll just see how this round plays out. It looks like a guaranteed Phase round, and it's going to kind of wax lyrical about another theory I have.
Ooh, okay.
But I'll let you take over for now. I've got to sneeze very quickly.
Go do your thing. So Summer has already managed to provide somewhat of a threat. They were conscious of the back, and actually Summer's giving him another fight. They're trying to keep the T's away from the site itself. Attacker makes the CZ work long range. No weapons for him to pick up. He's only got 12 bullets left, and Neo, he doesn't even let him use them. There should be, yes, a little bit of a shake, but nothing more to worry about. I say that. Bentet's taken down Nico. Now a 1v2, still no weapon. He has bullets, he has a chance, and now he's got a 1v1. He's desperately looking for a weapon, gets one in his grasp, but at what cost? My goodness, that was realistic. 4 from Neo and yet a 1v1.
So, the kind of theory I wanted to run by you and see what you think about this. So, Faze, sure, it's a little bit controversial than bringing out Vertigo in the first round, but if you think about it, it's Tyloo, a team they think they can be on any map regardless, right? A new player coming in. If you want to kind of dissuade people from picking this map into you later in the tournament and having a free veto, essentially, you've shown you can play it on LAN, you're not scared to. Going on to the best of threes against the bigger names, have you given yourself a free veto after like a really solid performance here? You know, like that could be a really interesting idea. Maybe that's the way they were thinking about it.
I can see a world in which that's the exact conversation they have, saying we've got some big names here that we don't want to be playing Vertigo on, that they can. Look at Liquid, for example. They've done the same thing. They just played like was it Summit? They played Vertigo relentlessly.
Yep.
They've proven they can play it. If FaZe don't want to be playing those teams on this map,
let's make a statement now. And
I like it. I'm eating it up.
Double orb setup. So we were just talking about the orbs here, and it's going to find the initial kill. That's Freeman taking Guardian down, who has been working towards that B side of the map, remember. So that's going to be a nice early kill towards the steps. Difficult shot. You only get the absolute head of the T that comes up, but a nice kill nonetheless. And FaZe don't seem to be pushed back. They're going to be still focusing towards A. This time Nico with the AK, not the Krieg.
Sometimes I don't mind if I just get the head, to be honest. Like, you know, you just take that headshot.
You do us one there, yeah. Insta-kill, no problem.
No complaints. Bentet's going to fall. Nico, he's been lingering around ramp for so long, and he's getting another fight. They're gifting them away into the site. Attacker gone. 3 in middle, though. Summer, he's going to get a whole lot of information. The fact that he gets away, that's a start. He's got support. Freeman, it is an AWP. It's not ideal, but somebody's got one too. Nico gone now. Traded into a 2v2 on the cross. Olaf does tag him up. Freeman's low. And with the bomb going down, Summer, he has to try and catch Neo on the exit. Does just that. Now all onto one. Olaf does find the first. Now 1v2. 1v1, excuse me. Freeman, it's an AWP. It shouldn't be good. It shouldn't be doable, but he's presented
He's
his
missed,
back.
he's missed!
The shot!
No!
Olof moonwalks into Freeman's crosshair and he whiffs it.
He missed it. He could have pistoled him. He could have knifed him. He could have just walked past him and defused. He instead, I assume, went for a quick scope.
You panic, right? You suddenly see a body.
He just thought, I'm done for here. I assume he went for the quick scope. Oh, and that's going to be gut-wrenching for him. A round they desperately needed. It was started off in quite a competitive manner, but Faze been running away with the majority of the gun rounds. That would have been a nice one to pick up towards the end. Doesn't happen. The money's an absolute bin for them. Guardian with the AWP on the T side for the first time, no less. And if Tyloo can pull this one off, we'd be impressed, because that was just heartbreaking to watch.
They call that the backpack bait. You just reversed his spine into his frame.
If we can get the replay of how the shot went down, I'd love to see it.
Okay, so rinse and repeat for Nico. I mean, just take note, every angle being cleared, starts the walk. He's being a crab into the site right now, and somebody is next on his agenda. Hits the leg, and there's a second one as well. That's where the spray does seem like he's got his head around it. And Bentet's head is gone, eliminated by Nico. Olofmeister has found a double in mid, and this looks like a very swift conclusion to the first half of Vertigo. 11-4. They say it's T-sided, it's Faze-sided, that's for sure. And Tyloo have got a whole lot of work. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break to see what Tyloo can do as they are now thrown into the driving seat. They have the T-side next after the break. 11-4, the score on the door. Tyloo need more. It is not looking fantastic. Admittedly, coming in now to the T side, the favoured side of Vertigo, a curveball that myself and Henry have already talked about. Some extent, we're going to see how they fare as we jump into our second half. A spectacular first, though, from Olof and Nico.
Oh, yes, absolutely. That was something to behold. It seems like they're very well versed on the T side, especially towards that A side of the map. It will be Tyloo probing towards B, however, as we get into the second half. Guardian with his iconic P2000, one of the few pros still using that weapon. Good flashbang over. You can see they've got their setups down here, trying to alley-oop each other in towards some frags towards B, but overcommitted now. There's too many numbers on the other side, Alex, and Freeman will open things up, taking now Guardian, leaving Neo in a compromised position.
Neo's going to have to fall back, does so, and now the site's almost all Tyloo. It's just Rain, the last stand, the last point of resistance before the site is overrun. Nice start onto Attacker, a quick adjustment onto somebody, and tag as well onto Freeman. Nico shows face and Faze just like that. You blink and you miss it.
God.
The round's over. Bomb defused. My goodness, it looked so good for Tyloo.
It looked like they had everything going in their favor. They had 5 players there. They get the opening pick. They have access towards the bomb side. But of course, when it rains, Alex, sometimes it pours. He manages to get 3 kills in total. Real clean, crispy ones at that. He manages to set them up. His teammates rotate in, and they just do not miss a single bullet. That was really precise, really impressive stuff from Rain. Big round for them. Looks like they'll close this one out early. And with the bomb planted, you can force buy in the second round. You're actually able to get out 3 rifles in total if you get the juggling correct here. You have to. One player will have to go in with nothing, but it looks like they're just going to go with 5 deagles, no armor, and buy up next round. So still a chance to get a bomb down here and cause some damage, but it should be a phase round pretty categorically, I would say, with 4 rifles up.
Especially on a map like Vertigo, those orgs are just so scary. You want to go up those B stairs, someone is staring at you with a much more expensive weapon. Does tag up one towards middle. That little bit of an information gather does not work out well for somebody, nor Attacker. Neo's there with the MP9 in support of Olof. And so with that control gone, what's so interesting about Vertigo is their spawn is just around the corner. You take mid control, you've got the dankest of flanks should you choose to use it. Oh, he's got the perfect angle for it, and Summer, he's anticipating it. The deagle connects.
That's not an easy shot, let me tell you. So well done to Summer. You want to potentially throw that MP9 off the map, and
he's looking for the orb. I don't know if he can find it.
He needs to find that quickly.
Maybe Rain's gymnastics.
I think it might have been shot off. Like when he got caught, like midair, maybe he blew the org off the side. I can go find out.
Go on, go and do an investigative little fly through.
It's going to take me a while to get right down to the bottom.
Are you?
I'm going right down to the bottom of the map. See you later. You take over.
All right, I'm taking over the reins for now, as we do see the what is just a deco coming in from Tyloo, but already they managed to behead one, and I don't think the rest are going to come so easy. Nico already making things difficult. Summer gone, but Freeman trades, catching them. $700 pistol, taking 5k out per pop. That's free real estate.
Yeah, I'm not finding it, Alex. I'm not going to lie to you.
Where did the orc go?
A lot of areas
Henry,
to check
you've gone
here.
far too far. Henry's inside cop cars, ladies and gentlemen, but we do have the end of the round. Faze take 13. Your investigation took you too far, man.
I really was hoping I could say, yep, there it is.
Sherlock Holmes over here.
50 floors down. We found it. No, it didn't matter in the end. Either way, it will be Faze to win the round. This is the all-important one, though. Tyloo, after getting the bomb down the pistol, like I said, you had the option to force by second. I would say in a map like this, where teams aren't fully comfortable, maybe bring down the second, but either way, third is fine as well. The problem is you're letting Faze have 5 rifles as well. So you had the chance to have 3 AKs maybe up against SMGs and FAMASs, but now we'll see what they can do here. And remember, like I said, T-sided. Faze certainly demonstrated that. And they lost the pistol in the first half and got 11-4 scoreline.
So Attacker has a similar role to Guardian before. Now look at the way he's playing this. He's anticipating some Faze aggression. He's actually going to get caught off if he doesn't check this. Neo is directly above him. And oh dear. Oh no, that sucks for him. There was a gap in his strategy and Neo manages to find it, threads that needle straight through the B stairs, and now that's a whole lot of map control for Faze. Now they charge towards middle. Olof's responsibility. A warning shot and a retreat are on the cards for the Swede. He's going to try and play ahead of it. And here comes the swing. Olof does just play in the waiting game, just the one, and Freeman's there to trade.
He was happy with one, though. He'd already found his frag in that round, and he got his second right. It was a compromised position. He did the best he could with it. His options were to let them have full mid control, that smoke going down. He chooses to go in front of it, gets that one all-important kill. Sure, he could have maybe got two out of it, but I'm sure he's happy with that play. And Neo, this is such an OP spot. Ooh. Not an OP frag so far, but it looks like he might be able to stick the landing. It's not pretty, and he will not get the kill, but it shouldn't cost him the round here. Bente down to 50, 2 versus 1, 30 seconds. He's got a Molotov, a smoke, and the bomb on his back. He does need to crack open the side first. If he gets his first kill, there is a strong chance he can win the round, but time is of the essence here. Flashbangs coming through, and every second that can be found on this side of the map is absolutely valuable. It's going to be Rain trying to find those seconds. 10 seconds remain. Nico's there. They know they can't go back towards the A side. Clean finish. Nico to get another beautiful headshot here. If this is the way he's going to play this tournament, that's a scary prospect,
I need
Alex.
org SG stats for Nico right now. He's using it, and the way he's using it is so interesting.
Yeah.
He crab walks. He's doing a lot of these. He puts the line on the spot and just scrolls across.
I really want the analysts to delve into this one and just tell us, like, let's explain, like, when they have more time than we do. Faze are a team, one of the few top 5 teams that don't touch the org. This is the first tournament ever I've seen them drop 4 orgs in a gun round. So this is a massive talking point. I'm sure Maniac's chomping at the bit to kind of drop some numbers on our ass and show us what it's all about.
I can't wait. I'm in my desk host mode. Let me get back to the commentary because another round is on the cards. We've got ourselves some SMGs. We've got ourselves just the one Galil. And they're charging straight into the line of sight of Guardian. That's one gone. And the Molotov in response. He's got a good read on the way this is going to be playing out. Nico's there in support. They're taking the fights to them. And it makes sense. Those are not fights the SMGs are ready for. Another round on the board for Faze, and it could be a clean one. Somebody's only got a Mac 10. He's nowhere near the bomb. He's nowhere near any chance of picking that one up. And Faze, they're making this one look easy. There was questions raised, you know, why go to Vertigo? Such a curveball versus a curveball team should be a recipe for disaster. They have demonstrated a degree of confidence and some clinical plays enough to put a 15-4 scoreline on.
Just going back to that theory, Alex, I don't think anyone's going to be challenging Faze and Vertigo after this performance. You know, after you get a 16-4 potentially, in your opening game, you're happy to play it. I don't think anyone's going to be like, oh, we can maybe steal.
It's not
Vertigo,
like you could surprise. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
You're not going to be starting to think, oh, we can really take this one off them. They won't be ready for it. Again, they've made such a message here as the frags continue to come through. It's back and forth, but still a 4-4, but most of the damage inflicted towards Tyloo. One more round will do it for Faze. Guardian with a spam towards Scaffold. It's going to cost him his life, and I think he's the last player there towards A. Neo rotates in. Round might be done, though. 4-on-2, a faster approach here from Tyloo has yielded success. Rain's still there, though, trying to find kills, and he's going to get the first, but takes substantial damage in the process.
Olof and Rain. No better duo for a 2v3, but I do think that early damage from Bentek could be the end of it. Time continues to tick away. Olof, he could catch a little bit of a flank on somebody here. Already his teammate gone. Would be the 1 versus 3 now. Time's still ticking, and the gap has completely closed. They're on either side of the map. That's 1. Could maybe get a quick flank onto Summer. That's 2. Does have a smoke. Does have time. The smoke's not ideal, though. Does he hold it? He does. Attacker. He's on the push. The smoke's working for him. Sprays through. Olof's actually off it. He's decided not to go for the round. Instead, he's just going to try and take Attacker with him. Does so. Backs away. Keeps the orb. No, he doesn't.
He does go down, but that was a 3 versus 1 where he takes 3 heads with him. We spoke about this in the game before. For winning a round, with the bomb exploding, you get $3,500 per player. They were fully invested in that round, meaning they could have a mixture of maybe, 3 AKs at the most, a couple of Galils thrown in here. If ever there was a chance to close out a map, this would be it for Faze. They know the money's absolutely broken on the Tyloo side, even after winning that last round. Fantastic work from Olof Meister to get all 5 players down. We'll see them come through. So here it comes. AK, no utility. Freeman, Krieg, no utility. They're going to have to go fast towards A here. Hope for the best. It's the first kill for Nico. Takes damage and falls back. And that's enough, considering they know they have a huge advantage here. They might just want to fall back towards those crossfires here and wait for Tyloo to commit to their next move.
I mean, how hard is it to commit when you've got 1 smoke, 1 flashbang on off? This flank we were talking about before, early access to their spawn, well, it's paying dividends. Somebody, he is none the wiser. In the meantime, though, Attacker does exactly what he says on the tin. Attacks, 2 down, bomb down. And the rotate, it is going to be somewhat of a flank as well.
Well, it took so long clearing out T's spawn. I thought they'd be up the ramp by now.
Is there anyone to receive them? There is. Somebody gets the first. Olof is next on the chopping block, but does manage to trade. Summer, he can just play the waiting game. He can just play with the angles. Freeman's willing to give the fight to him. Not sure why, but trade from Summer is likely.
Well, Summer's done very well here. They won't have any idea. He doesn't want to kill this first player. That's the play. Stay calm. Defuse comes in and sticks it. That's really, really well played from Summer. If he'd killed Olofmeister straight away there's a chance for Rain to react, be ready to get the duel, the crossfire set up, but didn't happen. Very nice play, and that was a round they had to win as well. They came in, sure, with rifles, but no utility. They had to win their duels. They lost the first pick, traded out, committed towards there. They got deep down that bomb side to make sure the rotations couldn't be strong. They couldn't be overwhelmed by the utility of the CTs, and finally the money's broken, but Alex, you're 15-6 up.
Yeah.
You're not too worried right now.
I'm not right now. I'll come back to that right now in 10 rounds' time.
Sure.
I can do maths, 10 rounds' time. Exactly. Either way, do see them charging forward, and we already see the SMGs paying perfectly, almost paying for themselves. In fact, they do. Freeman's already got one. And Guardian takes Attacker out. That's one of the AKs gone, and now actually things are getting a little dicey. Bomb will go down. They start to group up Nico. He could perhaps scavenge a weapon. He's on the corpse of Attacker right now. Chooses to go for the USP, and not much more to say about that one. Guardian's just got a P250 and will be darting out of there as he's hunted down by a rather bouncy Mac-10 in the hands of Freeman.
Guardian, 26 HP. We'll see if this is where he'll even find a frag. You can see there's plenty of different angles and tricks you can do on Vertigo, but nothing working out for him here. 15-7, faster pace round there from Tyloo, making their way towards B, finding the opening kill with the Mac-10. It was the full eco, and Faze do have cash to buy into this one, but with 4,500 per player, they might choose not to. They could just take a partial here, but they are going for it.
You talked about the AWPs as well and how little we were seeing in the first half. We haven't seen too much here in the second. Admittedly, still at fledgling stages, but do you think Vertigo just truly isn't a map that attributes itself to the AWP?
I feel like it's too fast-paced. It's
quick,
too brawly.
right? Yeah.
Like, it's difficult to get opening picks. Like, there's too many grenades that block vision, and it's all about just getting fast reaction kills, I would say, overall. So it doesn't surprise me the AWP's not too prevalent, but trust me, all it's going to take is one team to have a star player AWPing everyone from a certain angle, and then all of a sudden it will come into fashion. But this is the boost we saw from Tyloo before, but Nico doesn't commit to the angle like Tyloo were. He's waiting for them to cross instead.
Playing the waiting game. Zero down in his mind there. Just wants to choose his moment wisely. Freeman likely going to be the first to present himself, but will Nico choose to just take the one? Steps, he can hear another. Bentet actually just staring right at it, nade in his hand. The nades start to rain in. Nico, this is the perfect boost. He can get the info they need. That's one. Two, and Molotov off. That's enough from Tyloo. They can charge into the site now, start to cause problems. Neo, he didn't do too much. Nico, on the other hand, has managed to find Summer. Separated by smokes. Bomb going down, relatively uncontested. Nice work from Attacker. He played just perfectly on the corner. Now he looks to aggress, and Olofmeister, he's gone as well.
I think it's enough, Alex.
They backing away. Not committing. That's going to be another one for Tyloo. We've got ourselves a little bit of the tail end of this map. It is a best of one, I should remind you. It's all hinging on this map, Vertigo. But Tyloo, they're not going down without a fight. Attacker, he continues his hunt, but didn't quite get the yield he was hoping for. But the first half, I mean, this first half was, let me just remind you, 11-4 on the half, and currently this is going to be a nice little equalizer from Tyloo. 4-4 in the second half.
Well, there it is. That's an agonizing round for Faze. Like you mentioned, it's the perfect boost. I do not disagree at all. It was just so unfortunate, the timings. The moments he was ducking to avoid flashbangs is when they would sneak past. When they fully committed, he saw all the grenades. He got the call that everyone's there. And as soon as he gets the opportunity to get 2 kills, you know what? Molotov at his feet. Both of them burning to a crisp. He has to get down. He goes with nothing. They pounce on it. And at that point, once they see the boost, they know 2 players committed there. One smoke down, focus on the connector. And sure, they save a couple of weapons there, Faze, but essentially an eco. Didn't really invest too much around it. A couple of deagles, a P250, and a bit of a beast stack here with 3 players looking to open things up. Rain looking towards the barrel, spots Attacker, incredibly difficult shot. If you don't nail over the first bullet, might be better off falling back, and indeed, Freeman will drop it.
They are so willing to take those fights, Faze. They're willing to brawl, they're willing to take that aim fight. Confidence in their own ability. I don't think anyone would question that either. But still, Neo, he's in the Snack's corner, his fallen teammate. Certainly going to let go too well. Freeman is going to be shutting him down. The bomb's down as well, and we've got ourselves, once again, a familiar tale of this second half is just Tyloo playing that afterplant, hunting down the remaining CTs. 26 for Nico. with almost exclusively scoped weapons. This is the start to Montpellier. I'm expecting to see this be
Just
the
to reiterate that fact, this is the first tournament Nico, or indeed Faze, have ever used the scoped weapons. Olaf Meister was using it in Dallas, I believe. He was the only one in Inferno on the pit side. We talked about him earlier when we watched Inferno game. That's when he had a bit of a resurgence. Like, wow, Olaf is actually back. This is looking like 2015 Olaf when he was using the AUG in the pit. And it's such a powerful weapon. And they're not buying any M4s here. 1 AWP, 4 AUG. This is a massive talking point in the tournament and could be a turning point for Faze in general.
So Faze, in general, it was always Rain and Nico who were hesitant.
Yeah.
I think Rain, a little more recently, did start to perhaps maybe he's been whispering in Nico's ear saying, bro, it's actually OP.
Let's give it a go, man.
Use this.
What's the worst that could happen? Let's just give it a go.
Guardian, he bought the AWP. We were talking about it, saying, you know, what impact can you make with it? Well, he goes for an opening pick and ends up getting the nasty end of Tyloo's bullets, down to 20. Ooh. Oh, that's lovely. Sees the nade fly and gets the head of Summer through the top. Bit of a gathering towards B. The bomb is there as well. But how did Tyloo take that first fight? What's their contact into B?
Going to have to smoke them out for the bomb site, which is happening. You want to do it a little bit deeper than the CTs would. Actually, if it's too shallow for my liking, you can see that reaction smoke come through. It's not a big deal. They can still use that and get towards the catwalk at least. Just Rain there right now, who's going to be on the other side of this smoke. Olaf Meister with a flank from hell.
Oh, no.
That should be the game. What a play. The bomb down as well. I'm not sure they can recover from this.
The only way in is to fight further in. Somebody attacker. They're finding picks on the site itself, but Olaf, he's got the bomb. He can just take this round home. All on his own. Here comes the fight, but attacker continues. He's not giving up. Finds himself his second of the round. Now we find ourselves 2v2. Nico going for the high ground. Wants to try and get the line.
If they go towards A here, that's going to throw a spanner in the works. They've actually got a bit of control. They are. They did. So that's enough. Yeah, no, it's worth it, Alex. Because Guardian's taking the bait. He's had to go back towards A. He doesn't know.
And Nico, I mean, he's going to glance. He's going to glance at B stairs. If they can get this frag. There's a back! They can take the frag. They can. Now the site's open. They can get this bomb down. We're going on. Another round, unless Guardian's got something rather special. With this AWP, 20 HP, 2 to find. Is one close. Oh, he doesn't hit the shot. That was his way in. And so 15-10.
It doesn't get served on a silver platter like that very often, Alex. The bomb down, 4 on 2. You've got Olaf, like, obviously, hindsight is 20/20 always. But once you get the bomb down that spot and you feel compromised, they're going to try and trade you out, you're better off just falling back and letting them have it. You know, just get the hell out, go back through the long rotation, just go join the teammates. They have to waste time. So you just at least have the bomb site and A covered. I loved his play. Like, I thought it was beautiful. He couldn't have done more, to be honest. It wasn't his fault the round, but I guess looking at it, if he really wants to guarantee the victory, he just gets the hell out of there.
Yeah, 100%. Now, the frag that Nico got at the start of that round, that was somebody throwing the smoke. Olaf was throwing from spawn. Close, you talked about it. You said that smoke is risky to throw from elsewhere. We just saw a prime example of why.
It's a very good point. Yeah, so that's why they're doing it. So there's no risk at all. No one can get information there. And you can throw it, if you're doing a B rush, for example, you throw that same smoke and they have no idea where it's come from. Has it come from T spawn?
You want to push through it and check? Go be my guest.
Yep, exactly.
It's an interesting combination. The fact that we see not only a Faze aware that you have to throw it safely, but also what you can do when they don't. That's the lovely little catch on to Summer. Now, this is Olaf's decision-making. Gets 2 fantastic frags. The slight tidbit from Henry was that perhaps you can fall back. You've got the double kill.
With like 35 seconds on the clock, I think it was, when you've got that position, yeah, if you want a guaranteed round victory, let's fall back and just focus on the round. But like when you've made a play like that, you want to keep going.
Oh, the bloodlust is real, man. We can acknowledge that.
Yeah, I want to be clear. I'm not saying you did anything wrong. I'm just saying hindsight.
Oh, yes. It's a glorious thing. An early fight given by Nico. He wanted to try and, you know, level the odds quickly with his Desert Eagle, and hasn't been the case just yet. It's a bit of a scattered buy from Faze. Guardian, he's trying to perhaps catch somebody in transition, but it's a bit late to the party now. Rain. New changes to Vertigo. He can get up here on his own, and not quite going to connect the bullets necessary. Just one into the chest of Freeman. In the meantime, bomb down and bodies dropped. This is a perfect round from Tyloo.
So, Alex, just before we get into this one, Maniac's passed me some fantastic information.
He's done it?
We knew he would. We knew he'd step up. So before this game happened, in 2019, Rain had 7 kills with the AUG in total, like recorded. Nico had 5. Olofmeister had 27. We've just seen Nico get like, what, 20 kills alone in this map of Vertigo. So that's pretty insane how he's changed things up and actually brought that into his game at this point.
And I'm actually going to, sorry, Maniac's correcting that his handwriting is bad. I acknowledge that. 271. That's even bigger gap.
Okay, 271.
Org kills.
My
while
bad.
Nico had
My
7.
bad, Maniac. Sorry, screwed you there. But
he puts a line in his one. I mean, you've got to figure. That's a strange little line. I'll give him that.
It's a line. But
15-11 though. And that is an indicative stat to show that FaZe have changed something. 5 orgs bought from the side again as they look to close this one out. I say 5. A FAMAS in Guardian. Draw that in from the round. Once again, somebody.
Great job. That's when mid survive. You get the great spawn from middle with the AWP. You can pre-fire the sandbags. Yeah, why not? Give it a chance. It's gamble. You have to maybe run through grenades. But
speaking of gambles,
a double stack towards sandbags. One Molotov ruins it for them. Compared
to
Molotov.
They're mollied out. What did they do? They smoke it.
But the thing is, yeah, sure you smoke it, but now they know players are there. Swinging out. The problem is, so now this is where it gets interesting because you might not suspect the second player there, right? They might not check for Neo at all. This could be the 300 IQ 4D chess play.
This is 7D backgammon if it works.
Yeah, that's exactly. They're not checking it now.
Chill.
And
Just
Neo
chill,
knows. Neo knows. He is the one.
If he waits long enough for that bomb to rotate over, just chill.
This is enough to win a round. He knows it.
And so they start their crawl. The rotate will be coming in, understandably, from Rain. And he could get a third here. 1, 2, not going to get it. Somebody's so quick on the flick. That's not enough. Or is it Rain? He has to do so much. They're just going to rotate off. They know all that info was there.
Yeah,
that was so
cool,
out safely.
Though.
Wow.
If he gets a third, I think that's enough. There wouldn't have been a trade after that. But he did so well. Rain has a slight chance of winning this. He's on the right side of the map. But I say slides even with bated breath. This is such a difficult round for him. He's got to smoke a couple of flashbangs, no kit. Bomb now going down. Smoked out of position. Those are pretty much all the variables. You have to go for the old jump around the corner. Scary one for Vertigo players, I'm sure. But he's made his way through towards the servers at least. And he's got his work cut out for him. They're all on the left-hand side here. No one towards the quad position. And down he goes. Somebody opened up the round and he suddenly closed it down with 3 in total. And now Alex, overtime is a conversation. My
goodness. I mean, the T side of Vertigo, we knew it was prominent. We knew it was definitely, we're expecting the multitude, that's the word I was looking for, of the rounds to be coming from the T side of Vertigo, and FaZe did exactly that. But Tyloo, they're fighting straight on back. Money, again, an issue for FaZe Clan. We're starting to start the overtime conversation. I mean, this can be shut down at any point by heroics from any of the 5 names on FaZe. Let me remind you, there is a Desert Eagle in play, and we've seen what they can do with it. Rain, he wants that fight. He's so ready for the fight on the B stairs. A one and done, perhaps, but a slower start.
I didn't think this game was going to warm up at all. There's some of those games you realize you haven't got much to work with. FaZe just looked too strong, and Tyloo didn't turn up. Now I'm just like, I'm almost sure we're going to overtime. And now I'm actually getting quite excited as to where this one could go. This round should be quite a clean one for Tyloo, but you never know. Rain's Deagle, nice angle for it. We'll see what he's able to do with it. Holding towards B right now. You can see in terms of the A side, just 2 players there defensively. That's Guardian and Nico. And it looks like that's where it's going to finish up potentially. The bomb's starting to rotate back towards A. Freeman.
Oh, Olof, he gets the timing. It's not good enough.
Was a nice try. Olofmeister will be taken down. The close range Krieg will find him. Still 50 seconds here. Freeman alone towards middle, just trying to show presence, and his teammates will strike towards A. He'll go down. Freeman almost certainly. And then at that point, that's the cue for his team to go. They'll just make their way towards A at this stage.
Nico just gets caught out, just a flurry of players appearing on his screen at exactly the same time. Guardian, he's just going to play the waiting game. There's no point in him taking that fight. He knew he wouldn't be able to challenge. Waits for his teammates to arrive. I say teammates, perhaps not plural for long. Neo's scavenged SG starting to work. An attacker, he got caught, just taking a little glance, and oh my goodness. 2v2. Oh no, Neo, he's made such a big round out of this. Freeman's lost weapon has lost them the game, just like that. 4 from the newest addition to FaZe Clan, and they pick it up on peanuts. 16-12. We